Okay, I'm just gonna come out and say it like we miss me with the disrespect, man. The side of us that represent Maul, that mess with Maul, right? We know y'all got a big following for Vader, right? All y'all, all riding on riding on Vader, right? But I'm gonna say, like, when it comes down to it, man, like, miss me with the nonsense, man. It's time that you miss us with the Darth Maul disrespect. Like, this is where I'm coming at with you, right? Like, to all the Vader fans, I'm telling you, man, like, look, this day of this continual disrespect, like, y'all so much better than us. Like, Vader is so much better than Maul. Like, let's be really real about it, man. Like, the day of reckoning has come, man. The day of reckoning is here, man. The day that we pull your skirt up has come. Like, Maul fans in general, man, like, all of us, we are tired of your disrespect, man, okay? Like, it's classic, we are not little no more, man. Like what Day said, we are not little no more. Like, we Maul now, right? We done our things. We done left our name all over this galaxy, right? So you gonna miss us with the disrespect. So all these comparisons, like Vader versus Maul, it's always all Vader every single time, like Vader every single time. Never sitting back and realizing that Vader is just a hoe, man. Vader is one of the weakest mental dudes I've ever seen. Like, you're a complete mental case, man. You are a complete mental case, dude, who chose all this suffering, right, over having a life of love and comfort. That's what you did, man. That's who you really are, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is really, so I'm gonna tell you, like, this is our message for you. If you're one of them dudes, one of them Vaderites, man, one of those guys, like, this is what we got to say for you guys right now.
What the fuck is you gonna tell me about the shit you ain't never seen, bitch ass? You can mess me with the whole ass shenanigans.
We're gonna keep repeating that message if you can miss us with y'all whole ass shenanigans. Which Vader is full of whole ass shenanigans. That's what he is. He is a living testament of whole ass shenanigans, okay?
Never seen, bitch ass.
Yes.
You can mess me with the whole ass shenanigans.
Do you understand that? Do you understand how?
You can mess me with the whole ass shenanigans.
If you didn't get it,
you can mess me with the whole ass shenanigans.
Okay, so listen, and I'm gonna break down all the whole ass shenanigans that is Vader, right? Like, how you guys even respect this dude, Vader, is literally beyond me, man. Like, he's literally beyond me. Like, this guy, you started life with nothing, right? You had nothing in life when you started off. You were a poor kid, you were a slave kid, right? Who was on Tatooine. And you rose from that, man, to like one of the greatest jobs of all time. You're working down there with the Jedi, you're in good standing, right? You got a really cool mentor, right? Good, solid people, man. No matter what you say about the Jedi organization, Obi-Wan was good, solid people, right? He looked out for you, he cared about you, you were like a brother to him, right? And we know this about Obi-Wan, man. Like, Obi-Wan, no matter what we talk about the Jedi, I understand, the Jedi was this and that, but like, your relationship with Obi-Wan, man, everything about your downfall with Obi-Wan was in your head. You were like, he risked everything for you. Like, it wasn't a perfect pairing. It was kind of a perfect pairing. Like, again, not understanding balance. Like, Obi-Wan is more of a grounding force. He was like that with Qui-Gon too. Like, Qui-Gon was a little wild for being, a Jedi master the way he was. He was kind of on the fringe with that, right? Whereas Obi-Wan is a lot more grounded, right? He's grounded, and that keeps him in a certain space. And wilder entities need that grounding, right? He's like, nah, I'm not going to place him as Huey to Butcher, but he's Huey to Butcher, right? Like, honestly, this is what he is. So you turned on that, man. You betrayed all your friends for Palpatine, man. Like at the end of the day, that's what you did. Okay, and we're going to talk about all the stuff that you did, okay, that really disqualifies how, I don't even see how people even talk about you with any kind of reverence, man. The way you got played by Palpatine, and don't worry, I'm going to dissect Palpatine and his pimpery. Like, because Palpatine was slaying dudes, man. Mentally strong dudes were falling to Palpatine like this. Like, his manipulation web is so deep and intricate that it deserves, analysis, right? Like, that's where we're going to put the lens on Palpatine. The dude who never gets a lens, we're going to put the lens on you later on. But right now, I'm putting the lens on Anakin, and I'm going to stop this disrespect of Darth Maul. Like, this is ridiculous, right? Because Maul started from nothing, and Maul built himself up. Maul got it out the mud, man. Think about how Maul's life started off. You were stolen as a child. You were raised by the Sith as a child. For these purposes, you were tortured, you were abandoned, you were used by a weapon, you were cut in half and thrown down a reactor shaft. And you know what? You still live, man. You still live. I don't know how many of you guys would have given up after all that stuff. Probably the first couple of things, but not Maul, right? Not Maul. Maul's still living, man. Maul's still pushing through this, man, right? Cut in half, thrown in the reactor shaft. You survived on pure hatred and willpower, man. You got cut in half, and you took all your hate. This is utilizing the dark side of the Force. You used the dark side of the Force to refuse to die. You were like, no, I'm gonna get my revenge. Okay, I'm gonna get my revenge, and you built yourself up from that, out the mud, literally. I'm gonna get it out the mud. I'm gonna put my head down, and I'm gonna get to work, right? So you built yourself from nothing. You lost your brother, your mother, your empire, like your whole being, like everything. Your entire life was trained to serve the Sith, right? Every single part of you was like, yeah, I'm serving the Sith here, right? And that gets taken away from you. Your entire identity. Does that stop Maul? No. Maul never gives up. Maul never gives up. He was repeatedly outplayed by Sidious. Like Sidious was screwing him over every single time. You never gave up on yourself, man. Hey, look, it's 2 Jedi over there. I want you to go whoop their ass, okay? And you like, yeah, I go. And you handling business. You handling Qui-Gon. And yeah, if you hadn't got cocky, you would have got Kenobi too, man. Like, let's be real about that. Like, yeah, Kenobi got you. All respect to Kenobi for handling. You came out to victory, man. You took that, okay? But Maul, you had a serious flaw in your strategy there that I think contributed to you losing that fight, okay? But all due respect to Obi-Wan for handling that situation. Now, on the flip side of this coin, let's talk about Vader, man. The Blaine, you're the Blaine of the Sith world, man. The dude that had everything. Like, you started off life with nothing, but you had power, you had fame, you had respect as a Jedi. You had love, like genuine love. Like, let's just go, let's talk about it. Like, who was in your camp? Like, was your life really this bad? Like, was your life really this bad? Okay, let's remind you who his love interest was here. Okay, this is what you going home to every night. This is so bad. This is so bad that you turn Sith, right? It's so bad going home to her every single night. She's down. She'll pick up a blaster if she has to, right? She's gonna produce for you 2 Force-sensitive children, right? One of exceptional Force strength in Luke Skywalker, right? This is what she's capable of giving you, outside of the fact that she got money and fame. Outside of all that, right? Outside of all that, your life is so bad that Palpatine tricked you to turn that life away to come live with him on a Death Star. He said, nah, dude, screw all that, man. Why don't you come live on this Death Star with me, man? Screw the girl the only girl you ever loved. You saw her as a child and you're like, yeah, that's it right there. You saw her as a little boy and you were like, I never even looked at no other women in the entire galaxy, and you never would again after her, right? But that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough, right? This wasn't enough. Like, somehow you guys can look up to this dude right here who had all this. Okay. I'm gonna put this as a side note so we can talk about what you did. So it's not a dude out there. The only person in the galaxy that really hates Obi-Wan Kenobi is Darth Vader and Tyrannus, right? Don't nobody really hate. I guess Maul does. It's not a lot of people that really hate Obi-Wan. He's typically kind of seen as a good dude, right? But we don't have no bad stories about Obi-Wan, right? Maybe he's a little too cautious, but Obi-Wan's a solid dude. So if you find yourself in a beef with Obi-Wan, check yourself. You need to check your core of who you are, right? And get into the core. So you're a dude, you had everything. You had love, you had Amidala, right? You had all this stuff, but here you go. Let me run and go throw that all away and join the Sith and be the number 2 man for the ugliest dude in the galaxy, right? Like, right off the rip, right? You had a family coming. Your chick is pregnant right now, okay? And what do you do? What do you do with full knowledge of her pregnancy? what with full knowledge of your girl's got your seed inside of her. Your righteous woman who's down with you has got your seed. You choke her. So now you've descended into like you're a woman beater, right? Which there's no place else for me to turn other than to like disdain for you at this point. Like, you go out and kill children later, okay? Whatever you say about Maul, he wasn't a domestic abuser. Maul does not have a domestic abuse caught up on him. Maul didn't have anybody with, like, how'd you even go and fight her? She didn't have a restraining order against you. It would seem like it would have been some kind of restraining order against Anakin and go. This is while she's pregnant, by the way. This is your hero, right? This is your hero right here, right? Okay. So your hero who had everything, and I'll put this over here too, right? Ran out of stuff. This is your dude, okay, who trades it all for Palpatine. You guys do remember what Palpatine looks like, right? What stinks down there. Now you living on the Death Star when you used to come home and get in bed with that woman every single day, right? So this is the whole thing. Then you murder younglings, like you just go all out, man. And like even before you was on the dark side, you was already murdering women and children, right? Right? When you was doing the sand people, don't think we didn't get that. Don't think we didn't get that when you was like, yeah, I'm going in there to kill these sand people. We know who you're talking about, right? We know what you're saying with your sand people, okay? And you went down there and you were killing women and children. You weren't even on the dark side at that point. So that was already in your structure. That was already in your DNA, man. This is already who you were. Not Maul. Maul was training to go out there and slay Jedis for the righteous Sith Empire. That's what he was doing. He was dedicated. He was in the gladiator pits. He was not out there getting glory off of defeating, defenseless children. Okay, that's a stain that he doesn't have. You guys think that makes him even badder, right? But it doesn't. It doesn't, right? Murdered younglings, and then later on, not only would you put hands on your wife, the mother of your children, you would later mutilate your son. Right? Okay. Excuse me. I'm sorry. You would traumatize your daughter by destroying the only home world that she had. I don't know if you guys realize that, but that was you're so powerful in the Force that you can't recognize your own signal, right? That's how powerful you are that you can't see that that's your children. While she's standing right there in front of you. While she's right there in front of you, you can't recognize your child right there in front of you. But that's a whole nother topic, right? But this is how powerful you are. You got all this Force running through you, right? You mastering the Force, right? You're gonna resist life and death, but when your own seed sitting right in front of you, you're not savvy enough to understand it. So anyway, you traumatize her. You inflict the greatest trauma that she's ever known. No. You inflict the two greatest traumas that she's ever known. First, you killed her mom, right? So she died without a mother. So you inflicted that on Leia, right off the bat, okay? Then you figured, man, I'm gonna go ahead and torture Leia, right? Right? This is what you did. Right? This is how you were moving with your own children. But I gotta believe that you were so down in the Force that you're all powerful, right? You're all this stuff in the Force, but you didn't recognize your own seed, right? Right, live in your face. No one else was talking about they were a Jedi master like that, and even Palpatine wasn't letting you know this, right? So you did do these things. You did end up tormenting your own daughter first by destroying the only home planet that she had, which got to be a massive, massive mental wound for Leia, right? And then you went on and you would torture her. Like, you would physically torture her. You would order the torture of your own daughter. I'm laying out your resume on who you are. I'm laying out the resume on what you were doing, okay? Tormenting your own children, right? This is who you were, Vader. You tormented your daughter. You killed the woman you loved, right? You tormented your own daughter, both mentally and physically, and then you cut your son's hand off. That's what your resume is right now, okay? That's how you went down. And then you would haunt the nightmares of your grandson. That's the legacy that you put forth. There's a point in your life, Anakin, where I'm sure you would have not wanted any of this, but Palpatine walked you down this road. Meanwhile, Maul is showing incredible resistance, a refusal to stay down. Like he was dead. We thought Maul was dead. When Maul fell down that shaft, we were like, well, he's done. Man, that was a cool character, man. I wish we could see some more of him, but he's dead now. Maul's like, I'm not dead, right? He again built himself up out the mud completely. He built his own path after having a whole identity that was forged for him that turned out to ultimately be a lie. Man, he didn't even cry, man. He didn't break down. Maul picked itself up, never fully submit. It was always like, yeah, F you, Sidious, right? And he was like, I have a purpose and dignity. And when he died, Maul died having purpose and dignity, having built his own, kingdom. Maul's weaknesses was that he was more consumed by his vengeance, right? He was all the Sith stuff. He was never able to let things go. And his obsession blinded him. But that was not whereas Vader, your weakness is all emotional, man. You're scared. You were scared of everything. You're so scared of losing everything that when you got everything, you end up losing it anyway because you didn't know how to even handle it. You couldn't just move like a regular person. You had everything. This is the point I want to enforce. And this was an ultimate fumble by you. You couldn't even look like you took your pregnant woman with your seat. This is the culmination here right now. You taking your family, you broken that cycle. And I'm not even going to get into why was it you didn't go back and free your mom before that. Why did it really literally take that long, right? Why? I mean, she was out of it. She wasn't going, but literally, why did it even take? Was somebody buying her, and now I own you, so you know it's getting ready to go down. There was no point where after I got a lightsaber and some training, I'm gonna go over here and put this blade to you, and you're gonna let my mom go, right? I'm just saying, like that could have happened. Sure, Jedi, you gonna have to do whatever you gotta do. I could get kicked out of Jedi Academy, but if I got the Force to go get my mom up out of bondage, that happens first. After Jedi, man, y'all on a whole different track, which whatever you guys are on, that you let my mom be a slave and you're not doing that wouldn't happen. That wouldn't happen. So I got a lot of holes in. If we talking about who's mentally tougher, like I'm saying here, it's not even. I'm put this over on Vader's side too. You tormented your own child. Look, man, it's a lot stacking up, but the conversation here is who is mentally stronger, and it's no question, man. It's no question that Maul is leaps and bounds ahead of Vader on just pure mental toughness. So I know you guys want to run around Vader, but like, let's stop all this, man. We're going to stop all the disrespect to Darth Maul, who got it out the mud, never let him hold him down, never submitted, man, always believed in himself. Maul is a lesson in believing in yourself, man. When everybody tells you you ain't nothing, Maul was like, I'm going to show you what I really, really am. Well, you could draw strength from Darth Maul. So I'm spreading this message, and I'm just letting all the people who've been running around with Vader yapping all that stuff. If you think it's fly to be this guy, man, I got another thing for you. But like I said, we're no longer taking your Darth Maul disrespect anymore. We're no longer taking your Darth Maul disrespect. Like, those days have ended, and I'm telling you right now, it's a whole new day. And because it's a whole new day, we're giving you a little bit of fair warning. You guys been bumping your gums a lot. You guys been moving a lot of disrespect, right? We got a whole new argument that's coming for you right now, and it's all centered around who's the weakest one. And I think we know who the weak link is. So I'll be back, like I said, later. I'm gonna jump back on this horn later on today because I really want to get into the City of Peace that I've been working on. I think you guys are gonna enjoy it. I'm thinking about loosely calling it Sidious Pimpin' since Pimpin', but that's just a working title right now. So it's a working title. We'll see what I come up with. But that's be back on, a couple hours from now. We're going to break out some Sidious, like some depth to Sidious and how this cat's been moving. But I appreciate you stopping in. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, TikTok. I'm just cutting the TikTok off. And for your YouTube stream, again, I'll be back. As always, and hit that like and subscribe. Join the channel.